Hello everyone and welcome back to 4KB Shorts, the Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program with the Realz. Alright, so I've been looking at the mission list and I'm actually kind of sad a little bit. Not horribly sad, mind you, just a little bit sad because we pop it up and I've already selected the mission, but let's go ahead and take a look at the missions that are forthcoming, the ones that I actually haven't read down the entire list. Right now we have to land a probe on the moon. That's great. We can do that, and that's actually pretty awesome. But once again, we go to the moon, and then suddenly we have to crash a probe into Moho? What? That makes very little sense to me. We land a probe on the moon, then we crash in Moho. So we do a moon flyby, a moon crash, a Moho flyby, a Duna flyby, land a probe on the moon, so we're back at the moon, and then we crash on Moho, and then we're going to do a docking mission up above, and it's like, it seems pretty scattered. I know you have to complete each mission to get to the next one, but it seems like the scientists would be sitting there in their you know, in the room during the meetings and be like, what should we do next? They're like, let's just throw a dart at the dartboard and whatever we hit, that's what we're going to do next. And then we go from docking to a mission set over the moon, and then a probe on the moon again, and then round trip to the moon, which we've already done once, by the way. We've already done a moon loop around. This time, of course, it'll be with a Kerbal, I suppose, which makes it different. Then we're actually going to finally land on the moon. Yeah. And then from there we go and do a couple other things. But we're getting pretty close to actually landing on the moon, but it feels like all this lead up that we've been doing has not been very straightforward, which is upsetting. And I took a look at the default mission pack, and unfortunately the default mission pack is exceptionally straightforward. So there's no build-up. There's no actual build-up to doing the missions the way I thought there would be, which is kind of upsetting. But and it's probably why this particular series is not getting 100% of the views that my previous series got. So I think what we're going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead. What we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and continue this particular run. Of course, until we land on the moon. That's our goal, right? To land on the moon? Duh. But what I think is this particular season of the Realz will encompass all the way up to, and I'm going to give you guys a heads up on this because I think it's important that you know, especially since this has been a very boring series. It's been kind of boring to make, and unfortunately it's been kind of boring to watch, I'm pretty sure, because I know that timing is everything, but my views on this one has been very low, and it's like, because you said there was going to be permadeath wow, I said my own name wrong. It's going to be permadeath KB, but unfortunately, all we've seen so far is you crash a bunch of damn probes. What the hell? And you guys are right. This is horrible. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pause between Season 1 and Season 2. I know. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to craft. I'm giving you guys a heads up on this. I know I'm usually super secret, but it's important because this might actually mean there's a small break, or a large break even, in KSP. I know. But I think I'm going to craft a mission program that we can do for the Realz that's more attuned to what we're doing, because in this one this is just scattershot random. It really is just very scattershot random, and you don't even, I mean, you get a Kerbal up, in a couple of these, like go up into orbit and come back down, and then it's like crash probes into everything. Okay, you do that, and then it's like, okay, now you're gonna fly by the moon. Okay, now you're gonna fly by Moho. I'm gonna do what? Now you're gonna fly by Duna. Okay, we're going to Duna. Nope, we're going back to the moon. It's like, are you okay, dude? So, right now we're going to land a probe on the moon. After that, we're going to crash into Moho. It's not that I don't want to do the mission, but it's like, we just did a flyby. What the hell, right? What the hell? And then we have to do a docking mission, which I guess docking missions were great for testing, right? But, so we're going to do the land the probe on the moon thing, I think. I don't want to, it's because this is realistic, and I told you guys I didn't want to like reload or anything. I don't want to leave you guys out, but this crap right here, and no offense to the designer, he took a long time to do this, but these missions right here, this mission completely pointless. This one actually makes sense if you're like doing an Apollo style mission. You need to test docking, fine. Satellite over the moon, we've already done that once, but now it actually stays. Then we land another probe on the moon, and then we do a round trip, a lunar orbit, which of course we've done. And then we go to the moon and we land on the moon, and all these things are wonderful and great, but they just seem so out of order. So I may actually skip crash on Moho because it's pointless. It really is a pointless mission. It should not be in here. These make sense. This does not make sense. This should not be here. This should be somewhere else. But anyway, That's really my biggest complaint. So we're gonna go ahead and select the land a probe on the moon mission. And because I've been doing this for you guys, it's moon again. This time we have to manage to land on the moon. Yes, you read right. You have to fly a probe with all 4 sensors to moon and then land it there, anywhere. So don't crash it. And here is a last minute update. They say now they also need communication stuff. So on the probe, so slam a dish and some sticky antennas on that thing, and it has to work. I hate last minute changes, so have fun. Okay, so it's going to be 100,000 Kyros to do this. We get 25,000 Kyros for just landing it. That's our goal, land on the moon. Okay. And we need accelerometer, gravimeter, barometer, and thermometer. Long antenna and comm dish. We have to land on the moon. Okay, let's see. Well, as always, if you're gonna go, you might as well go cheap. Yeah, I know, this is our favorite probe body now, isn't it? Super cheap probe body. And then, of course, because we like to have some body to our probe body, we're going to add a top and a bottom. So this is our basic probe design, I think, for this series right now, is just this. This may actually change because we do have to land this on the moon, right? And this thing is super duper light. So let's go ahead and rip that one off, and let's replace that with a fuel tank. Hey, look at that, fuel tank. Alright, now landing. It's a probe, so it doesn't need much in the way of love, I think. Yeah, look at that. Okay. Now we need landing legs, so we're gonna pop some landing legs on here first. Legs. Legs, where have you gone? Ah, here are the legs. Hello, legs. Alright. So if we want to do this stable, we would do 4 legs, but I think we're gonna do this cheap style, and we're gonna go with 3 legs. No, that is not even. No, do not do that. Do not do that. I guess we can do it like that. Oh, pardon me, guys. I gotta clear my throat really quick. My apologies for that. Okay, now I can talk proper. Alright, so should we do 3 landing legs, you think? 4 would, of course, make it more stable. 4 is probably better. I don't want it tilting over and crashing. You know, we'll pay the extra $100 for an extra leg. 150? Holy God. Wow, really? It's 150 for one of those little things? Dude, that's not even really... Oh, whatever. Alright, so there's our landing pod-ish thing. We need a Communotron. It's one of thems. And I guess we can put it like... Ooh, no, we don't need 4. We need 1. We can kind of put it on top, but it won't really stick. Well, it does stick. I am going to actually hold that one off. Same thing with the Communotron 16. These two are going to just kind of chill here for a minute. And the reason why is because I'm going to put them in a very odd place, I think. Because I had an idea for this design passively. Let's see. Photovoltaic panels. These are the 6. Yeah, these are the A's. And I think the A's are the ones that we want. So we'll go ahead and pop that. So we're gonna spend a little bit extra money on retractable solar panels because it's gonna be landing, and of course you don't want weird things to happen to your solar panels when you're landing. So there's our solar panels. Now they want the gravimeter, the hoopty-whoopty, the whoopty-whoopty, and the zillibob. Yeah, they want the accelerometer. I guess we can put an accelerometer like here. They want the thermometer, which we can put here. Oh wait, I put 2 on there, didn't I? Let's not do that. We only want 1. They're expensive. We only want 1. There you go. Alright, put that there, and then we'll flip to the other side. Aha! And we'll put the negative graviolity detector here. Oop, too high. And then we'll put the press mat barometer, or the flux capacitor, which it almost looks like. It would be kind of awesome if it did right there. And so those are the four bits we need, and then we need the 2 antennas, right? We need the 2 antennae, the antennae, the antimony. Alright. We're actually going to do it like this. Okay, there's 1. This is going to be really oddball, I know, but we're going to do it like this. Alright. And that... Oop. Maybe a little bit more. Let's tilt it up a little bit more. Oops. Oops. There we go. Yeah, I like that. I like that. It might not fly evenly, I know, but... I hope that won't be a problem. I know, but I'm hoping. Well, what's the center of mass? And a little bit to the left. Unfortunately, it will fly a little bit to the left, but that's just going to be the way it's going to be, I guess. We're going to have to cope. I won't need RCS, which is great. We probably will need a decoupler on it. Won't really need solar panels. There's nothing we can put up here that I can think of that we might want. Unless we want to do a solar sample, or a soil sample, but it's not coming back, so there's no need. We can put lights on it, but those are expensive and pointless for a probe. Battery. Hey, there it is. Yeah, you're thinking, KB. You need a damn ooh, no, not that battery. You need a better battery. Better battery. Well, if its center of mass is actually there, maybe if we can get lucky. Get very, 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 like, let's zoom in. Oh, really? This probe is that small? Okay. Well, if we can just kind of... I wonder how that helps at center of mass. Not well. Okay. Kind of hoping to put the... Well, we're just gonna kind of fiddle with this a little bit, I think. Let's see. Put that there, and put this here, and then put the battery, like, right here. Ooh, that looks complex and pointless, doesn't it? Can this move over one? Oh, yes it can. Okay, cool. So I can I can just cram all this right here, just like that. Yeah, look at that. How's that do for our center of mass? Yeah, it's still garbage. Okay, never mind. I was hoping, but it looks like it's not going to help. But the battery at least is on there. So yeah, this is going to be... Wow, this thing is going to fly like a rock. It really is going to fly like a rock. And how much does the probe cost us by itself? $36.69. Kind of debating if we should just take it outside and see how much it costs to use. Oh wait, that's what we need. That's what we need. That's what we need. We need one of these. We need a brain. We need a brain. That way it looks like all official. One official probe brain thing. Ah, look at our probe. It's now officially probe-like. It actually looks probe-ish. You know, honestly, I should just put some wheels on it. Let's see, 679 meters per second and a thrust-to-rate ratio of 0.51. Oof. Will that thing land properly? How heavy is it? How heavy are you, sir? Sir, it is not... no, I need... No, I need the... How heavy are you? Oh, mass. 0.300 milligrams? How much is that in tons, dude? Give me it in tons. I don't have tons. There's no tonnage. Okay, it's got 2 minutes of burn time at that speed. I'm not entirely sure if this is a good rocket or not at this point. Let's drop this down because we don't need it right now. Could put a bigger engine on it. A slightly bigger engine, but I'd have to put like 4 of these on it. Or alternatively... Oh, wait. Do I? Nope. Nope, that's part of the mod. Ah, that's part of the mod. Oh, well, I don't have that mod. It's the 4 engines that are like this one. Mod is what it is, but I don't have that. Well... Option-wise, I think this will work. I think it'll work. If it doesn't, it's only a 3,600 kilo ship. Of course, that's for this bit. That's not for the actual, you know, $10,000 rocket we're about to strap underneath it, but it's for this ship. Okay. So, rocket time, rocket time, rocket time. That's one of these. Go there. Really? There's no fairing on that? Really? You're not gonna do a fairing for me, huh? Really? Nope, no fairing. Okay, no fairing indeed. Alright, there's that, and we're just gonna put what do we want underneath it? This thing is so light, it probably doesn't even need that much fuel. Alright, so there's that, and let's just go ahead and drop one of these on there. And that gives us what? 1.66 at 4,045 meters per second. Oh yeah, we're good. I've almost got that in the orbit. Wonder if we could. Not gonna try, but I wonder if we could. Let's see. We need decoupler, boink, and then we need probably. What do you think? 1 tank to get it into orbit, or do you think we should go? We could do safety, do the safety margin, and do 2, like so. Well, you know what? We can start with 2. Let's go ahead and start with 2. And then we can downgrade if it becomes an issue. So we'll put this engine on here. And I think we're going to go with a 3 instead of a 4. Yeah, I think we'll go with 3 instead of 4. And then that means that. Hey, looking good so far. Loving it. Alright, engines, please. Engines. Alright, there's our engines. Alright. Now this is not going to be an asparagus system because it's 3 instead of 4, which means it's all going to pump directly into the center tank, which means they're all going to be released at once, which means we can just do this. Boink and boink. Now what does that give us? 1,722, excuse me, with a thrust rate ratio of 2.57, 4,937 with 1.5, 1.66, and 0.51. Where does this one go? That one goes to that, goes to that. So that one goes there. Alright, so that's our initial rocket design. Honestly, I wonder if we should toss some space tape on there. Space tape? Always use space tape. Space tape is good for you. Space tape tastes like candy. And it makes everyone happy. Alright, space tape. Well, that should work. How much is it? How much is the whole thing total? 57,000 Kyros. That's roughly just over half of how much we're going to get if the thing doesn't blow up. That's not bad. If we take this off, and put this here, what does that do for us? Well, other than destroy our connections. Go away. 2.99, 2105, 4203, 8248, and 8927. Is that better, do you think? Do you think we can get to orbit with that? Just that little thing? Oh no. 2105, really? And then a bunch of other numbers I didn't understand. Yeah, well, the numbers go up significantly as we go up. Let's see, should we just try it with this? How much is it without that extra tank? If it's not a significant drop in price. 49,258. Yeah, I think for safety purposes, we'll go with the extra tank. I know, I probably don't need it. It's probably going to be completely wasted going to the moon, but maybe half a tank? Can we do half a tank? Is it okay if we do half a tank? That way we kind of, you know, split the difference. 52, 347, really? Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll go with half a tank. I think we'll do this. That way, because my paranoia of the rocket not making it into orbit is, at odds with my paranoia of the rocket making it into orbit with a crap ton of extra fuel that I end up throwing into space. So, yeah, no. Alright, so there we go. There's our ship, there's our rocket, there's our thing. Okay, game, don't be weird. Game's being weird, don't be weird. There's our rocket to the moon. Very basic thing. Much smaller than a Saturn V, but, you know, whatever. I'll bring it down towards the launch pad. I know you can, like, make it up, like, really high, but I don't like doing that. I like actually launching from the launch pad. I'm creepy like that. Launch, make sure these are all in order. They are not. There's that and that and that. Alright, so we're going to say TRZ for the name, and we're just going to call this frog. This is going to be the TRZ frog, because it looks like a frog. It honestly does. I don't care. It initially looked like a frog. Those legs always look like frog legs to me. It's just going to be the frog. And hopefully we'll be able to get this on the moon. So, of course, I will see you guys out there on the launch pad where we set this thing off, and then we'll go ahead and see if we can get it into orbit, and from there out in space. If not, we are going to have a very, very, very bad day, or at least a very expensive day. So, I will see you guys there. Alright, everybody, here we are out on the launch pad, and we are ready to go. There's really nothing we need to do or talk about, because there's no orbit to wait for. We can just get to the moon whenever. So let's go ahead and make sure we have our mission selected proper, which we do. We have to land on the moon. We have all the bits and bobs we're supposed to have. That's great. So let's go, 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 go. Alright, and once again, we're just going to go ahead and test our initial launch. Me talky good. We're going to do our initial launch. If nothing falls apart, breaks, blows up, we are just going to go ahead and make it into orbit as quick as we can. I'll see you guys there. Alright, everybody, we are in orbit. I actually, as I was breaking orbit, well, I mean, we are just in orbit. As we broke orbit, broke into orbit, I guess you could say, or achieved orbit, excuse me, the moon started to come up over the horizon, so I quickly threw in a very messy, very ugly looking, probably not very efficient burn, which is 846.3 meters per second, up there. And we're just going to use that to burn right out to the moon. Now, we did have to use a little bit of this tank to get into orbit. It's always the way. Luckily for us, sorry, pardon me, I'm watching the timer down here. Luckily for us, it was only like 2 or 3 seconds worth of burn, so it's not that bad. We have more than enough to make it to the moon. Probably use this as an initial landing phase, which will actually help us, if for no other reason. Oop, I missed our burn a little bit. If for no other reason, then it will help us. What's the word I'm looking for? Better choose our landing site. And that's one thing I'm actually very bad at when it comes to KSP, is choosing my landing site. Landing, that's easy. Choosing my landing site, not so easy. I always end up screwing it up. I don't take into account the rotation of the planet. I don't take into account where I'll be when I finally reach the destination where I need to land, that kind of thing. I will say that this burn is going to put us roughly 13,000 meters up. 13,000? 1,300. 13,000. So it's going to put us at 13,000 meters, which, of course, since there's no atmosphere, is not that big a deal. Won't be an issue, I hope. If it is, we'll figure that part out as we approach. Alright, so we should be able to just... And we'll adjust from here. Yeah, there we go. Oop. Alright, close enough for our purposes. Ooh, very important. Very important. Let us... Haha, well, I just got into orbit, so it's not that big a deal. But, and I didn't put these on a thing. But we are going to need these when we're heading out there. So let's go ahead and open those up so that we have them, so that we don't drain up all of our battery power and get screwed when we land. Perfect. Wonderful. Alright, so we are now... Haha, quick save. Now officially on our way to the moon. Let's go ahead and just kind of aim our nose. And then do that. Okay, so... I'll go ahead and show you the map of what we're doing. Actually, I need to take a look at it too to make sure we're going where I said we were going. Let's see, we're at 23,000 meters. So we're off a little bit, but that's because my burn was off. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to go out around the moon and then come back in. From there, we'll get ourselves into a rather stable... Wow, really? What does that put us at? 8 million? That's a weird slingshot effect, isn't it? Huh, I wonder if that would even work. I don't think it would, personally. Scott would know. Scott Manley actually talks about slingshotting yourself around via different planetary bodies, and he says that although you can do it with the moon, don't. It's actually more of a waste to try to do it with the moon than it is not. To do it like a bigger planet, but I wonder if going out around the moon and then using Kerbin to slingshot yourself out into space past Kerbin would be useful. I think that's Minmus right there, a little blinky thing, if you guys can see it just above my pointer. It's the only thing out there in the sky that's actually like blinking. I think that might be Minmus. So there goes Minmus over the horizon a little bit. And here we come at the moon. Let's go ahead and get to the moon. So on our way to the moon, I was going to tell you guys what I was thinking about Kerbal, or about the Realz Season 2. We are not... I like how everybody's like, well, you know, maybe they're mimicking Earth's space program. Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe that's where... Because you have to have some place to start, right? So maybe they're mimicking Earth's space program. Which is fine, but Earth's space program didn't have functioning rockets for the longest time. So 98% of our satellite tests were basically, do our rockets explode on the launch pad? Well, we know for a fact Kerbal spaceships, when built properly, will make it to whatever... We're going to speed this up a little bit. We'll make it to whatever body we aim them at. We know that for a fact. The problem is no one's made a mission pack, I don't think, that's Kerbal-centric. It's more like, let's mimic the United States versus Russia, and that's our history. That's great, but that's our history. That's our history with one moon. That's our history with our goals, which is, of course, to kick the crap out of the Russians, or vice versa, the Americans, whichever country you may be. Are we captured? We are captured! Yay! So, anyway, point being is that's great and all for a starting point, but somebody out there needs to actually come up with an idea for a Kerbal Space Program-ish thing. And in order to do that, I don't think that person's me by any means, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to give it a shot. I know, right? 21 by 27? That'll work. Our orbit's going to be a little bit wonky, but I think I can land in one of those craters. So, anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm actually thinking about doing for Season 2 of the Realz, is changing from a... Unless somebody knows of a mission pack out there that's more Kerbal-centric, and especially for the Kerbal system, because our space program, human space program, was built for our solar system. You know, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto-ish. Not gonna get into that. Ceres, you know, Venus, Mercury, those things. We don't have those in Kerbal space, guys. We don't have those, 90% of those planets. So if somebody's like, well, we're going to go check out Mercury, because that's what they did in, you know, that's what humans did. It's like, well, no, we're going to go check out Moho, and Moho is a pain in the ass to fly to. How's our battery? Our battery's doing okay? Alright, so far as our battery's doing okay. We should have at least 6 minutes of burn time on our battery, I hope. 4, 3, 2... I hope I don't hit the ground. I know it's really dark for you guys. I do apologize. But, I didn't put lights on the probe. I don't put lights on the probe. Like I said, I think it's rather pointless to put lights on the probe. Anyway, so yeah, as I was saying, it's, to me, emulating human concepts, human space design is great if that's your gig, but that's not really our gig, I don't think. That's not what the Realz and Kerbal Space Program is about. So for Season 2, like I said, Season 1 is going to be us landing on the moon. Absolutely going to be us landing on the moon, because that's what we started with, and that's what we're ending at. But I think... Alright, what's our periapsis? And our apoapsis? Okay, we should be able to... Okay, that's 40, 30... Okay, there we go. I just don't want to flip it and start crashing into the dirt. Alright. 27 by 22. I like that. I like that a lot. Ooh, well, we're really far out here. Alright. Well, we have the option of actually attempting to land in this crater. I kind of like that idea. I was hoping to land up here, you know, because that's the biggest crater, and it's at the equator. The crater at the equator, but no. I think we're going to try to land here. So let's go ahead and see how we can do that. It's a 3-minute maneuver, but I'm not liking that idea. There we go. Well, no, actually, let's see. Because what we can actually do is we can come to a darn near complete stop. So we're going to be in the map screen here for a second while we do this, because this is going to test my orbit versus where the moon's going to be here in a second. And there we go. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're actually just going to tilt our butt around to wherever our forward velocity is, which is here. Alright, and then we're just going to throttle. So let's go. Alright, so there's our orbital speed. We're just going to bring our orbital speed basically down to 0. Because we're going to land in this big dark area because that's the flattest patch we got. Alright. And I don't know my XY coordinates. I'm sure they're up there in the engineering thing, but I don't have them offhand. Alright, we're doing 60. Perfect. Alright. Just kind of point at that for a minute. Alright. Okay, so now, are we still doing... There you go. Alright, I'm trying to figure out my orbital speed versus horizontal speed, and it's really hard to do when you're, like, this high up. And that should... Alright, that should be good. I hope. Let's see, our orbital speed is still 25, surface speed is 26, so there's our surface speed. If we can get our surface speed down, our orbital speed should drop too. I think. And... Alright, so there it is. I don't know what I was... Let's see. So here's our longitude and latitude. Pretty close to 0. Not close enough to 0 for it to mean anything. Inclination, don't care. Surface information, that's what I need. Vertical speed, horizontal speed. Wow, really? My horizontal speed is 0. Wow, we are not moving. That's great. Our vertical speed is at 55 though, so we're going to be coming down pretty quick. Let's go ahead and speed that up. We have to be cautious though, because as we speed up, we will of course be increasing the amount of speed we have. We're also about almost 1,000 meters off, so it looks like we're going to be landing on a hill, as per usual. Alright. So there's our initial burn to slow down our descent. We're off by about 1 meter per second. That's fine. I'm not sure where my horizontal speed is coming from. Oop, it's being weird. My horizontal speed, my horizontal speed's being weird, but as long as we keep it around 1 meter per second, we should be okay. Alright, so bringing it down as fast as we can. Probably not the best idea to bring it down as fast as we can, but 8,000, 7,655. Okay, we will be landing on a hill, pretty much, so throttle up a little bit and kill our upward velocity. Our horizontal speed's now at 3 meters per second, not good. 2, 1, okay, 1. Nope, wrong way. Whew. No, 4 is bad. Where is our 3, 2, 1, and then it just sticks there? Is that right? Oh, there you go. Well, that was a little better. Alright, we're coming down kind of fast, so I should, like, concentrate more on the up than the sideways. Alright. Okay, we're going to slow ourselves down a little more. We're at 2,000 meters. Landing on the moon. Still scary as crud. Whoop, 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 whoop. Our horizontal speed's 100 and something? That can't be right. Alright, 20. Yeah, 20 is going to get us killed if we land at 20. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 is good. Eek, why are you being so strange, game? Do not start lagging on me. Do not start lagging on me. I will cry. Things will blow up. We will all be sad together. Whew. Alright, we're 2,500 meters. Let's go ahead and throttle up a little bit more. Wow, my horizontal speed's being all weird. It really is being weird. I don't know why. I think it's because I have so much power on this engine, and I don't realize it. Oh, wow, horizontal speed's nice. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and actually do this. And then we're going to do this. Gear down. We have to slow down a lot more faster than that. I didn't realize how tiny this engine was in comparison to everything else. Burn, 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 burn. Oh, you wonderful little thing. Okay. Can't come down any faster than like 6 or 7 meters per second. Even that's really dangerous. Come on, come on, come on. Love it, love it. Bink. Oh, 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 don't roll over. Ah, okay. That was a nice landing. That was a good little landing. Alright, so now we're landed on the moon. Let us extend our Communotron. Let us extend our Communotron. And bam, there it is. Aw, isn't that nice? Yep, I put it at an angle on purpose like that. Just so we can aim at Kerbin. Oh my god, the angle is perfect. Look, aimed right at Kerbin. Oh, that is too sweet. That was super lucky, but that is so... Pardon me, I don't know why I keep hiccuping, but that's so awesome. Looks like a little dog, doesn't it? I called it a frog, but honestly, it doesn't look like a frog anymore, does it? It looks like a little puppy dog. Maybe we should change its name. Let's rename this vessel. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and call this we're gonna call this the Arfin, because that's what dogs say. And we're gonna say it is a probe, I suppose. It could be considered a rover or a lander, but really it is a probe, so it's gonna stay as a probe. So the TRZ Arfin is our little Arfin dog. It's gonna sit there and go bloop 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 at the moon, or excuse me, at Kerbin. And I don't know if the moon is tidally locked with Kerbin. I think it is. If it is, that was awesome. That was perfect. That was just epic. That was super duper lucky, but it was awesome. So here's our probe on the moon, landed like we were supposed to before we exit, because I was about to do that. Ah, finish the mission. Boom! Recycle the vessel? Well, it is technically landed on land. We don't have to cancel the flight. Recycling the vessel does give us a little bit more money. How we would do that, I do not know. Would maybe if we sold it to another department, or like we sold the rights to use it to like a different, like to another company, would that be considered recycling? Yeah? See, I want to say recycle for the money, but at the same time I don't want to say recycle if it feels like cheating. But I guess if you had asset, you can consider it an asset. If you would have landed on the moon, now you have an asset on the moon, it will function for an X amount of time, and like any other asset, you can then sell it to another company. You say, I have a communications satellite on the moon, or a communications probe on the moon. I am selling you the rights to use it. It is now your probe on the moon. Do whatever you want with it. So I guess that could be recyclable, right? Yeah, I'm a business person. This is what I think about. So let's go ahead and recycle that. There you go. We're going to recycle it. We just sold it to the Russians or something. I guess if we wanted to, we could like turn on all the little probe bits. So we can say gravity is 1.61 meters per second squared. The pressure is in a vacuum. Of course, we knew that. The ambient temperature is what, negative 21 degrees? Negative 20.76, so it looks like it rounds up. And then our actual gravity, our accelerometer, says that we're traveling at 0.16 g, so we are moving for some reason, but I think it's because our legs are in the dirt. Very soft dirt, so our legs are in the dirt. Alright, so there's that mission. Now, like I told you guys, the whole mission to Moho thing, the crasher probe into Moho, I don't want to leave you guys out of it, but it's jammed, it's like crowbarred in there in the worst place. It really is. It completely screws up the idea of landing on the moon for any particular reason, and that really breaks the feel of it to me, I think. And for that reason, what I think I'm going to do, and I hope you guys don't mind, is I'm going to do the entire mission off camera, minus our actual arrival at Moho, just so you guys can see that I did it, that it was done. I even thought about going out and maybe editing the file and saying mission done and then not taking the money for it. Just mission is done, no money, no nothing, just skip, like a skip button. But I don't know how to do that, and I'm not sure what that will screw up. So the mission must be done, and since it's going to be done, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. But as I said, it's very long, very boring, very annoying, and because of that, I think I'll just do it off camera, and that way you guys and we can get back to getting onto the moon, which was our initial goal to begin with. But like I said, we'll just do the mission to Moho probe separate. And we'll leave our Arfin here to guard the moon for us. Arf, just barking there at the Kerbins. Alright, so I will see you guys probably most likely around Moho. I'm just going to take the ship we had before, the flyby ship, and I think I'm just going to use that one to smash it into, like strip it down to make it slightly cheaper, and then smash it directly into Moho. Bam, done. Because we had a crap ton of fuel left for the flyby, so yeah. So I'll see you guys when we're crashing into Moho, I guess. So I'll see you there. Alright, now I know I said we were going to crash into Moho, but I was in the middle of repurposing this thing, thinking I'd be able to strip all these parts. Turns out I have to add more parts. Can you believe that? They want a comm dish and 3 long antennas. What? What? No! You're going to crash the damn probe into the planet. What the hell do you need a relay dish for? See, now that just doesn't make any sense. And no, I'm not bitching on the guy who made the mod, or made the pack. I'm actually very happy somebody out there made one, but if this were the Realz, like actual real life Realz, not Realz like what I'm doing, but if it were actually the real Realz, a comm dish and 3 communication satellite, like, relays? No, man. I would, like, if someone told me we're gonna crash all these components into something, I'd poke them in the eye. I'd be like, you're an idiot, dude. We're not gonna do that. That's insanity. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of resources. What the hell is wrong with you? So apparently we have to make the rocket even more expensive than previous, rather than less expensive, what I was hoping for. So the rocket is now at 72,199 kilos, roughly half of what we're getting. That's about standard for us, I guess, at this point. If you're under budget, you're under budget, right? But this is, of course, the oddball one. This is the oddball that went past Moho. In this case, the oddball one will be crashing into Moho. Unfortunately, that will be destroying a very expensive LVN rocket. Of course, that's the nuclear rocket. But that's just the way it's going to be, I guess. Now, I could make it just slightly less expensive by removing the decoupler, but honestly, what's the point? I mean, really, at this point, what's the point? Alright, so because of that, this is basically how it's going to look. I know I did tell you guys that we were going to do this, and I was just going to show you guys crashing, but I really wanted to show you this. I'm really not complaining about the people who made the pack. Really not. Promise, but I can understand the escalation. More parts, more pieces, more expensive, harder to build, harder to put together. Fine. I got that. This escalation makes sense. It's the moon to Moho to moon to Moho to Dunub to moon to Moho. That doesn't make sense to me. That's where my issue comes in. But anyway, like I said, gonna do this all off camera. Just wanted to show you the more expensive probe we are now going to turn into space junk before we did so. And then I'm gonna get this thing out and up and over, and I will see you guys at Moho. Promise. I'll see you guys there. Alright, everybody, here it comes. The ultimate mission. Actually, it's saying that we can, honestly, yeah, we finished this goal. Cool. It's honestly saying that we can, in fact, crash into Moho, which is nice. Are we done? Really? Crashing on Moho. Well, I guess technically we are crashing on Moho. I mean, well, just so you guys know that we are crashing on Moho. That's our current orbit. Yeah, we are crashing on Moho. So let's go ahead and finish the mission. There we go. So we're at 759,475 kilos. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Let's go ahead and drop that down. And since we are crashing, let's see if we can actually save this little guy. I know, right? Why not? Honestly, why not? Let's do ourselves that little bit of a favor. We probably can't. We're doing 4,069 meters per second. There's no way we could possibly save this, right? Let's find out. Yeah, we're probably never gonna save it, but we're gonna give it the old college try, or the old Kerbal try, I guess you could say. By the way, I did open up all of our mission stat units, because if we are going to be, you know, doing this, we are going to do it proper like. And we did open up all of our satellite communications equipment and whatnot, all of our little probes and bodies and doodads, so that they're at least actively working. Really, an overheat? Well, we are pretty damn close to the sun. 14, wow. 1,426 degrees Celsius. Jeebus, that thing's got a high tolerance for heat. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm trying to slow down and you're not helping. Most efficient usage of engine. I have no idea why it's so wobbly. Oh, it's wobbly because of me, never mind. No, it's not really wobbly just because of me, but yeah. So it looks like we're not going to be able to do anything slowdown wise. Yeah, we got down to 3,000, probably 20, it'll probably be around 2,200 meters per second by the time we slow down. But that's not going to stop this whole thing from becoming pizza. Oh well. Oh, by the way, I named it, just so you guys know, the name of this thing is the TRZ Slag, because we're going to be turning it into slag. I'm not very happy with these crash intos. I mean, I know we've crashed stuff into other planets, most of the time not on purpose, sometimes on purpose, but you don't put this much, you know, high valued equipment on a probe that you're going to smash. You put the equipment on the probe, you put the probe in orbit, then you smash, then you smash the engine into the planet. That's what you're supposed to do, but apparently that's not how these guys are doing it. So we're doing it a little bit differently. Yep, engine is cut out. So we are good to go. So unfortunately we didn't slow down too much. Oh, X, yeah, no throttle up. So we'll just zoom. We'll come on in super fast and we can, this is like the third time we visited Moho. I do not like Moho as a planet. It's too hard to get to for one, and there's really nothing here. Maybe if they had a really awesome anomaly here, that would be different, but they don't. It's just a gigantic rock. And I know you guys saying like the North and South Pole, the holes in the poles. There's no way not to get that rhyming, by the way. You guys are like, you rhymed. Yeah, I rhymed, but there's no way not to rhyme that, just so you know. Anyway, the holes at the North and South Pole are super interesting. I personally don't think so, but that's me. I mean, they're just giant holes in the ground. You know, some people have visited them. They said they're pretty awesome. That's great. They're probably visually awesome, but you know what? I've never gone to see the Grand Canyon, and I still don't feel like I'm missing anything, so personal choice in that case. But at least going to the Grand Canyon, all you have to do is drive or fly. In this case, you have to fly all the way towards the moon and do a bunch of mission planning and a bunch of other stuff, so very boring. But here comes the exciting part. Boom. Very anticlimactic. I wonder if that... There's the dust. I wonder if that was the same mountain or similar to the same hill that we crashed into with the hitchhiker. Nope, it wasn't. This crater is not wide enough. We flew way low over a very shallow crater with the hitchhiker. So yeah, there's that. There we did our mission to Moho thing. Very super exciting. Kind of dull. It really was kind of dull, but I wanted to show it to you guys. So we're done with that. Yay! And now it's time to get to the next mission. So I'll see you guys back inside the VAB, where we will hopefully get on to the next mission ASAP. So I'll see you there. Alright everybody, here we are back inside. Our mission goal is now docking. We are at 759,475 kilos. We have dock away. Don't ask me how, but they managed to get hold of some docking ports. So what you get when slightly mad scientists getting their hands on stuff like that, you are guessing right. Dock 2 ships in orbit. Start first with a probe and send her to a stable 100 kilometer plus or minus 5 km orbit. Then put a Brave Kerbal on that fancy cans and send him up, dock both ships, and then bring them back. KSP landing out of convenience preferred. Who wants to travel halfway around Kerbin to pick him up? Probably nobody, but we're not landing at KSP. We don't do that. So we have 100,000 kilos payment on this one. I don't think that's going to be enough. This is actually going to be a money lost mission because we have to send up 2 separate ships for one single mission. I know, right? Now, had I been prepared for this, I probably would have ended up sending it up on like a different ship and just dropping it off in orbit and then coming up and getting it, but oops. So we're gonna have to send, well, we could Apollo this. I think I'll do that. I think we're gonna Apollo this. And that's gonna help us practice when it comes to getting the moon lander going, because I'm not sending up 2 ships. There's no reason to. We just need to dock 2 ships together. And let's see if we can kind of head fake the game a little bit doing that. So, they want us to send a Kerbal up. That's mostly just verbal. Not sure, well, you know what? We haven't sent a Kerbal up in a while. Let's go ahead and actually send a Kerbal up, and we're going to use this one. But KB, what about the Deadly Reentry mod? Yes, I know about the Deadly Reentry mod, ladies and gentlemen. I have a plan, and this is my plan. My plan is to... Okay, this little guy will be Upside down. Well, that looks kind of cool. Maybe they should do that. Make one that's right side up and upside down. No, that would get confusing. Anyway, it's going to be upside down. We are going to need... This one's going to be weird, just so you guys know. It's going to be really, really weird. I'm just trying to think. How much O2 does this thing have? 150 and 20 CO2 versus 250 and 100. So it's not as good. The lander's not as good, but we won't be up there for very long, I don't think. Do we have to be in orbit? Yes, we have to be in orbit. Then we have to dock. Actually, this one doesn't even have a landing goal on it. I don't even know what that's all about. But I said we're never leaving a Kerbin in orbit, so we're gonna have to bring him back down. Okay. So let's go ahead and build this right side up, actually, now that I think about it. Wow, this actually might take a lot longer than I thought, because I had a thought. Because basically what I was going to do is do this, because I've done it before. I did it for a test. I think that one will work, but it's... yeah, that one will work. Okay, yeah, this is what I was going to do, because I did this once for a test. But basically you take two of these like this, and you take a heat shield. Well, that heat shield's way too tiny, but you take a heat shield, and you dock it to a heat shield. And that's how you do that. And then so you have this heat shielded thing coming down, but honestly, that's probably not going to work, is it? I thought about it, you know? I really did. See, I'm trying not to cheat the system, but is docked yes is automatically on if these two docking clamps are docked. That's crap. Yeah, this mission is not very well put together. It has a lot of holes in it, and that's going to cause some issues, but I'm going to try to do this the best I can for you guys, of course. Plus we need to test out the laser docking system, see if it works and everything. So I'm going to have to put this together as best I can, and I'm going to have to think of something to dock the two things together with, something useful and important, not just garbage or crud. So I will be right back, I think, with a good design, and then we'll see if we can get this thing done, because docking, of course, is going to take a while. Well, not this docking. This docking won't take a while at all, because we'll just be disconnecting, like maybe flipping over and reconnecting. I don't know. We'll figure that part out. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright everybody, I think I got it. We have the TRZ Flapjack, and the reason I call it a flapjack is because that looks like a pancake, and we are actually going to be doing a flip. We have a docking clamp attached to a decoupler, and then on top we have a docking clamp attached to a decoupler. Now what we're going to do, now this shouldn't give us the is docked yes flag unless these two docking clamps are docked, I think, I don't know. So what we're going to do, and I did this once before with two separate flights during my first deadly reentry test. I never recorded it, just so you guys know, but basically what it is this right here is all one control node, and we did use a rather expensive brain. This whole thing actually I think went over budget, but anyway, we have one whole control section here, and this is a just free-floating, dockable heat shield. And then we have our ship, which is here, and I'm yelling, and I don't know why. Stop that, turn down my volume, and then I won't yell so much. Anyway, we have our ship here. Now, this is all going up as one big component. Before, it was two different components, but this is expensive enough as it is. To make sure we get the whole thing into orbit, I did put a 6-cylinder asparagus system on it, so we're only going to get about 4,000 kilos out of this, I think, total. So we're not over budget, but we're damn close. So this better work, I suppose. So we need one. Oh, it does need one crew count. Okay, yeah. See, lucky me. I am actually using a Kerbal, so we have one crew count. So it absolutely requires a crouton. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, lucky us. So this is our main body, so we'll have a Kerbal on board. We will be able to dock these two clamps together, so is docked will be true. This rocket should, without any issue, get us to a 100,000 kilometer orbit. I hope. And then we'll just bring it on back down, all nice and safe. Although, for whatever reason, they don't have landing here. It says submission, but I'm not seeing landing on here. But it does say it wants us to land, so I'm going to go ahead and do my best at the whole landing gig. And with that, I guess we're just going to go ahead and see if this thing works. There are no lights on here, so we're going to dock where we dock. There are lots of solar panels just to make sure everything has enough power. I put 4 of the side base parachutes on here just for the purpose of having them for landing. This will not be coming down with us. Once we end the burn, we will be flipping this out. We will just be ditching this. And then this is what we're going to be landing on, is basically this landing node here and these bits and bobs. So hopefully it works for us. I hope. If not, you know what, I ought to recenter these just for fun. That, and I had moved them for something and I forgot to move them back, so we'll put them up high so this thing at least attempts to parachute in properly. Make sure our parachutes are in. Oh, I hate when it does that. I hate when it does that. That's a cleanup thing, and I hate when it does it. I think it's a Unity issue. Because when you disconnect, you connect four items together, and it's like, okay, so it's grouped into 4. Then you disconnect and reconnect, and it's like, okay, here's 1, and then here's 3 other ones, and it's like, no. All right, that needs to be its own thing. Decoupler, parachute. Wow, really? Crap. No, that RCS should be enough to get us out of orbit. I'm going to say that RCS will be enough to get us out of orbit. And if not, we'll start an orbital crash. No, because we need our apoapsis and periapsis in the same place. Well, we'll figure it out. But I'm pretty sure this RCS should be enough to get us out of orbit. It's done it before. We're not going to be using that much to dock, so it should be enough. If nothing else, then we'll just do a couple of burns as we come in to lower our orbit. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So I'll see you guys out there on the launch pad. Yes. So I'll see you there. Alright, everybody. Here we are outside. Jebediah is super duper excited about being here. Of course, let's take a look inside really quick. Oh, isn't that pretty? That's so pretty. There's his O2 tanks that he's currently using up. Oh, there's a picture of home, just in case you miss it. Whoop. Software glitch, update before flight, don't forget. Oops, my bad. Oh, it's gonna be so pretty, it's gonna be so much fun flying up there, isn't it, Jebediah? Jebediah says, yeah. Alright. So Jebediah is gonna be our Kerbal again. Hopefully Jebediah is also the Kerbal that lands on the moon. If not, massive issues are going to ensue. Okay, so here we go, we're gonna launch. And there's our initial launch. Been a while since we've had to use a full 6 burn, but looks like it's going okay. So we'll see how our first stage goes, and then of course, as always, I will see you guys in orbit. We'll go ahead and keep an eye on his CO2 levels because he's not in a standard cockpit. You gotta remember that. Oh, by the way, I did check. We do have a false dock, which is good. That's a good start. And whoop, it looks like our initial stage is good to go. So because of that, I will see you guys when we're in orbit and ready to do the docking bit. So I'll see you there. Alright, everybody, we just made it into orbit, and we're just coming up on the light side of Kerbin, which is great. And of course, Jebediah is out here, and because Jebediah is out here, let's turn on his OT scrubber. Yep, activate your scrubber there, little buddy. And because he's out here, and because he's having such a good time, let's roll the ship into the sunlight. Oh, let's take a look. Pretty! So pretty. Look at that. Jebediah's like, yeah, I see the world. Alright, also, just for fun for you guys, I like how I have solar panels like basically everywhere, so it's like this thing's just like a big spinny top of solar panels. Alright, and we'll go ahead and we'll speed up a little bit to lock ourselves in. And of course, as always, Jebediah will EVA and inspect the ship, make sure nothing's broken, right? Right? That's right. So go ahead and let go. RCS up. Let's check our O2. Yep, 259, so we have 2 hours of O2 left. We probably won't need it. We'll kick on our light. It'll oversaturate a little bit, but we'll kick on our light. Now, we are going to dump this bit of the ship, I know, but that's okay. I am kind of curious to know if it took damage or not. I'm just that kind of guy, you know. Kerbals have to inspect. Okay, no damage. So we're good there. No damage. Alright, still no damage. Oh, no damage here either. Doing good. Alright, let's check our docking clamps, make sure they're working okay. Alright. And, well, we don't need to set it... Wait, we can set targets as a Kerbal? That's cool. Okay, our lander can's okay. Ooh, we should check our parachutes. No, I don't want to deploy the chute. No, no damage. Okay. Don't deploy the chute. Bad things can happen when we deploy the chute too early. Alright, no damage there. I know our solar panels are working because we're gaining power. Alright, oop, that's not what I wanted. And no damage, good, okay. Going up the ship, we're checking more parts. So the stack decoupler's good. Clampatron's good. Our mechanical brain's good. Solar panel. RCS fuel tank's good. I guess we could check our RCS lines. I know, this is all just procedural crap. It really is. It's like nothing took damage, KB. You know it. You're just screwing with our heads. I know, and this is kind of just filler. But we're up here. We don't get to EVA much. I need more EVA practice. This is how we're going to do it. Alright, so we checked the entire ship top to bottom, or bottom to top, whichever way you want to say, and the ship is perfectly fine. No damage at all. Wonderful. Jebediah doing his job. Alright, so let's climb back on board. And grab. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And get in bird. Okay, get in bird. Cause you can take bird. Alright, so I need to do this without screwing up. Like that's even possible, KB. Alright, quick save really quick. Now we want to jettison this. Now to do that, let's just go ahead and decouple, right? Alright, so that's done. That's gone. That's good. Now here comes the hard part. We want to do the same thing here, but without blowing the stack off. So let's decouple node. Okay, there we go. Alright, now from here we're going to rotate. Very silly, but we're going to rotate and then we're going to do this. No, let's not do this yet. I'm afraid if I do that, it'll blow the entire thing off. So let's go ahead and just rotate completely over. And I'm going to cheat a little bit. I know. But I hate the whole timing thing. Let's flip. Alright. Now we want to turn our RCS on. We're going to go into docking mode. And all we want to do is thrust, not that. We wanted to thrust forward. Yep, just like that. That's all we want to do. I know it seems weird. Oh, we wanted to also check out our docking camera. Okay, cool. And set as target. Set as target. Alright. I know it's a very lame, very silly thing, but there you go. So that's what they wanted us to do. It cost basically the entire budget of our particular space program, but we did it, so boink. Alright, well, okay, it decoupled from the wrong side. My bad. I should have turned it over, but it's just gonna stay here, I guess. I just shot nothing out into space. Alright, now here's the part that I was hoping that we'll be able to do without too much difficulty, which is, speaking of which... Wait, what do you mean docked? True, false. Okay, apparently it's true, but it says it's false. Alright, that's weird. We were able to finish the mission even though docked was not true. We didn't make very much money out of it, but we were able to finish the mission. Alright, good. Oops, that's not... No, okay, stop it. Alright, we'll do that again. I went select mission, close, staging. Yeah. Alright. Now, from here, we need to close this, and we need to also do our orbit. And I guess landing is, yeah, for whatever reason, although they said they wanted us to land, they didn't encode landing, so that's going to be cool. We wanted to do this, I think. We just want to aim one way or the other, and at this point we just want to come down. So let's go ahead. I guess we can try to come down on land, but I'm not sure how that's going to work for us, considering where we are. How much RCS fuel do we have? A lot. Alright, a lot. We want to go with docking. And we want to do... which one? RCS on. Yeah, we want to do that. We just want to slow ourselves down. So let's watch this go down. One of these two go down. It's probably better to do it at our apoapsis or periapsis, but that won't matter. Hey, we're slowing down. We are slowing. Oh yeah, well, we should have more than enough. We should be okay. I'm gonna say it that way. We should be okay. 70. We're tilty a little bit. 60. 60 is good. 60 is a good start. 40, 30, alright. How we doing? Down to 80. Oh yeah, we should be fine. Like I said, I don't know where we're going to be coming down at. Probably going to hit water. Hope Jebediah doesn't mind. Can you swim, Jeb? What does it matter? He's in his spacesuit. It's waterproof. Let's go ahead and turn our RCS off. Switch to rotation because we're going to have to rotate a little bit. There you go. Alright, switch back to that. Turn our RCS on and then... There we go. And that's just for efficiencies. That's all that's for. Blowing through our heat shield. Whatever, damaging our heat shield. Blade of coating's taking a bit of a hit, but it's okay. Let's see, 25. 20, maybe? I think 20 is good? I think 20 is good. 20 says we're going to hit dark is what 20 says we're gonna hit. Alright, well, we don't really have much of a choice at this point, so Jeb, this may be your final moments. I'm hoping you'll be the guy who lands on the moon, buddy, but there's a chance you might not be that guy. He's like, I'm cool with it. I'm totally cool with it. Alright, RCS off. SAS off. We'll go back to regular mode. We will lock our staging for now. Remind me that I locked my staging, guys, because you know how I am. Sometimes I don't remember that I locked my staging. Sometimes bad things happen. Alright, and I guess from here we'll just fast forward because there's really nothing to do except have Jeb fly and float and do his thing. Whee! Yeah, it's really odd that it actually allowed me to continue, like to finish the mission even though it said it wasn't complete. I'm not sure why that was. Scary stuff, but whatever works for us. Alright. Very interesting how the decoupler sits like that. It's a really interesting docking node-ish thing. I wonder if we should have that at some point, an inlaid docking node. Or one of these that comes with a docking node or something. I don't know. A mod or something, I'm sure. Ugh, I'm having trouble keeping it straight, and I shouldn't be. But I am, because I started fiddling with it. Alright, let's just go forward. At 4 times speed. Yay, Jeb is so happy. Although he can't see anything, unfortunately. That's his downfall is that he won't be able to see anything. Poor guy. Of course, our downfall is the fact that we'll be having to sit here for the next few minutes while we come crashing down into what I hope to be a soft landing. Otherwise, bad things are afoot. Alright, so did we finish all the mission? Mission already finished? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure. I feel like we're missing something. I really do. But then again, I've been paranoid about these missions anyway because they've been kind of messing with my head. But I do like how... Oh, okay. So it looks like the heat shield is working proper like. It is actually keeping us straight and stable. I was kind of concerned that we'd be too top heavy on this end. But it looks like... I like this heat shield. I like this one and I like the tiny one because they're both actually very good heat shields. This thing has an insane amount of ablative coating, so I don't think I have to worry about the burn issue as we come in, although we will be coming in on the dark side, which is going to make it look awesome. Oh, wait, speaking of which, there it is. It has begun. It has started. What can you see, Jebediah? Can you see it? Can you see the fire? I don't think Jebediah can see the fire. He can see the edge of the heat shield, which is cool, but I don't think he can see the fire. Which way are you facing, Jeb, anyway? It looks like he's facing up. Yeah, he's facing up. Oh, he should be able to see the fire. Oh, it looks like he can't. That's odd. Oh, no, there it is. There it is. You can see little flames on the left and on the right. A little bit. Teeny tiny bit. Yeah, so you can kind of see it. Not very much, though. Not as much as you'd think he could. But there goes our heat shield burning up. Ooh, it's burning up fast. That's scary. Really? The temperature's only 383 degrees and it's burning up that fast? Yeah, I think the decoupler, or not the decoupler, but the deadly reentry mod has some math issues. I really do. I think it goes by percentage, and that's odd. Alright, well, how's our temperature? Okay, so the ablative coating has now ceased to burn away, which is good, and I just had to check my microphone. Am I muted? The temperature was still going up? Wow, okay, yeah, I think it has some mathematics issues, but that's okay. We're at 14,000 feet. We are going to be landing in water. There is nothing that says we're not going to be landing in water. I think that's the sun bouncing off. Oh, yeah, it's the sun. It wouldn't look quite like that, but, you know, whatever. Alright, so we're going to want to ditch this now. So, I guess, well, we have to ditch this and then deploy our parachutes really quick. Yeah, let's go ahead and undock. There we go. Bye-bye. And then parachutes out. Parachute, no. Yeah, guys, I told you to remind me that I was stage locked. Please. There we go. You guys didn't remind me that I was stage locked. What the hell? I gotta rely on you guys. You gotta help me out. What's up? No, I'm just messing with you. I actually forgot that I was stage locked. I kind of panicked there for a minute. Well, it looks like he's wearing a funny hat, honestly. It does. It looks like he's wearing a little funny hat. I don't know. One of those little box hats? You know? I don't know. We're coming down. We're at 4,000 meters. Of course, we're going to do the thing where we actually come all the way down. We're not just going to crash into the surface or end flight here. We are going to make sure Jebediah does at least touch down. We won't be able to recycle the vessel, which would probably have gotten us a couple extra K out of it. But I'm not too concerned about that. This mission is not well put together because they give you 100,000 Kyros to complete it, but it costs that much just to get one of the two components required into orbit. So I just happened to kind of cheat the system a little bit by putting them both together, but knowing, it's not really cheating because Apollo did it all the time. You go up, you flip around, you dock with your thing. That's docking. And just because you took the thing you're docking with up with you at the same time doesn't mean it's not an official docking thing, I think. I'll leave that up to you guys. I think it's legit. I think it's legit. But this has all been a balance issue to begin with anyway. So come on, Jeb. Oh, bloop. That's 500 meters. Oh, we're coming down at 3.2 meters per second. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Jeb will be fine. Everything will be fine. Everything will be good. And we didn't probably need 4 parachutes, but it was either 4 solar panels or 4 parachutes, and you know what? I wanted 4 parachutes, just in case. Because there's nothing worse than coming down, popping your parachutes, and then as soon as you hit thick enough atmosphere, they open up, and then they vanish. And you're like, what just happened? And I've had that happen. I've actually had it to where I've had just enough parachutes where 2 or 3 of them have ripped completely off, but the other ones have caught, and I've hit the ground hard, but I hit the ground safe. And so you can never have, well, you can have too many parachutes, and you can have enough parachutes too, but if you're not sure, double up or something similar, because yeah, I've had components rip completely off, and I've been like, oh man, what the hell. That's the other thing too. If you're not careful where you put your parachute, you can have your ship rip apart. Like you can just rip chunks of your ship completely off. So you want to put your parachutes as close to the center of your ship as possible, as close to the part of the ship you want landing as possible. Otherwise, lots of bad things can occur. But then again, if you have things like stacked on top of it and it comes down like that, you can like grab hold of it, and then all that stuff just smashes into it and explodes anyway. So parachutes can be pretty dangerous when you think about it, which kind of makes Eve dangerous too, because parachutes and Eve and scary stuff like that. I don't know, this pod looks kind of cool. And this is probably going to be our moon landing pod, because it is a moon landing pod. Speaking of which, how you doing there with your O2? Well, he has barely even, well, he's in an oxygen atmosphere now, isn't he? So he's not using any. He just opened up his air vents, and he's like, yep, got some fresh air. We okay. Wow, we are coming down slow, aren't we? Dude, Jebediah, what up? What up? Jeb's like, I have no idea, man. Can we turn this thing without, like, blowing up? I think we can. Oh, yeah, looks like we can. Okay, we're gonna look at the sun as it sets. I think we basically went through one Kerbal day is what we did. I'm trying to. Well, actually, sunset has already occurred apparently, because now we went from bright to darkish again. So, yeah, we went through one Kerbal day is what we did. How's our vertical speed? Watch the little dial go down. This is what it's like for Jebediah. It's just like, come on. If I grab the top and push, will I go down faster? I got atmosphere. I'm stable. I'm not going very fast. Ooh, I wonder what this looks like when we hit the water like this. Ooh, we should check that out. Okay, we're gonna look like this. I'm gonna see what happens when we hit the water like this. See what it looks like. Probably doesn't look super spectacular, but you never know, right? And spoosh. Oh, that's awesome. Oh dear, we're rolling. We're gonna die. Jeb, are we backwards? No, it says we're fine. I think. Jeb, are we upside down? Jeb, we're upside down. Oh, dear. Now we're sideways. Jeb, what's going on here, buddy? Oh, there we go. Oh, dear. Nope. We're going to be on our back. So the door is unfortunately underwater. I guess we could roll. No, not like that. Wait. I'm trying this out, guys. Give me a second. I can roll. But all I see is, ooh, what if there's a giant shark going to eat me? Oh, that'd be so scary looking through the window. Be like, did we land? Yeah, we landed. Ah! Giant lanternfish come out and eat your face. I'm silly. Oh no, we didn't roll. Let's roll. Roll the stupid thing. There you go. Okay. Does it want to roll, or does it actually want to roll onto its back? Oh, it is heavy on its back, so the door is going to be underwater no matter what, apparently. Anyway, so that was super fun, and that was more of the missions than we usually do, although the Moho thing really doesn't count that much, but that was 2 missions. Jebediah has once again made it back to Kerbin, safe and sound. He has gone into space 3 times now. He is our most experienced Kerbalnaut, which is great. That's going to be great news when he gets his chance to fly to the moon. So, once again, I would like to thank you all for joining me, 4KB Short, on this Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program and the Realz. And I will see you guys next video.